Hi, I'm Phil's mom, and I'm riding 100-mile rides, and I'm doing this to raise money for a cure for type 1 diabetes, and I'm asking for your financial support. My son Phil was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. At that time it was called juvenile diabetes when he was 7 months of age. He's 37 years old now. Phil was a consummate athlete and liked to win, and for him to win against normal people, he had to monitor his blood glucose as much as I did so he could stay within a normal range to be able to compete against normal people. So in the world of raising a child with type 1 diabetes, I think I was graced by the fact that he wanted to win, because then he kept his blood sugar in control. And it also allowed him, that I learned later in life, to eat Snickers. And he would tell people, young kids, that he found he could eat a candy bar and go on a bike ride. When he came home, his blood sugar would be normal. He raced professionally. He doesn't race professionally anymore. He manages, or is the CEO of Team Novo Nordisk, which is an all-professional, all type 1 diabetic cycling team that's international now. They race all over the world. I was at a fundraiser and a gentleman asked me to do a Death Valley ride multiple years ago, and my son told me that I was too old. So I signed up, and then I did it, and I trained a lot. Fundraising rides, I believe, raise awareness for what type 1 really is. For instance, I can do a 100-mile ride and I can get off my bike if I don't want to do it. But my son and everybody else with type 1 diabetes can never get off the type 1 diabetes bike. It's 24/7. They have to always watch what they eat. They have to always have insulin. So if by doing these rides I can bring awareness and I can also raise money to help fund research to help with this disease, I'm in. Last year I did train over 8,000 miles. I train a lot because I'm older and I know that I can't stop. And I really am committed to doing as much as I can to raise as much as I can to cure this relentless disease. I'll train 8,000 miles a year if I have to. My son told me one time I could stop being a mom. You never forget the diagnosis, you never forget that your child has a disease, and you always, regardless of what age your child is, want that disease eradicated from their lives. You want your kid to be normal. And I've never had a conversation with my son when diabetes and what is his glucose, or is he low or high, or all the crazy things that happen. That's always in the background when I'm with him. I'd like to have one conversation where we can just talk about food and not worry about what it's going to do to his blood glucose.